Welcome to Word of the Day Wednesdays. I am Nicole D. Miller, author of Stories for the Urban Soul. Stories for the Urban Soul is a compilation of short stories and novellas and some poetry depicting Black characters dealing with everyday life issues, from social injustices to divorce to single parenting to college life, relatable issues that, infuse spirituality, faith, hope, encouragement, all the things. So to learn more, please go to NicoleDMiller.com. Let's get started. You are tuning in to Word of the Day Wednesdays, which is basically a short segment that I do when I piggyback off of my latest blog. So I basically release a blog every Monday morning at 7 a.m. It goes directly to your email. And the latest blog that came out is called What is Your Why? Now, I shared about this in some of my social media posts, and if you're on my email list, you may have already been privy to this as well. But in the blog, I was a vendor. So I was a vendor at a conference and hosted by Jenna Lear, branding strategist guru in Cleveland, Ohio. And partook in a 15-minute coaching, thinking like, oh, it'll be nice to connect with a mentor type and get some guidance on my career as an entrepreneur and as an author and all the things I'm trying to do. I knew I had some anxiety about these goals that I'm trying to reach and my own insecurity servicing. So, I thought like, okay, 15 minutes, maybe they can give me some tips. You guys, I was not ready, okay? I was not ready for the powerhouse that this little woman was going to be. She was amazing. It's interesting because initially my time slot overlapped with someone else's, so I was delayed in meeting with her. By the time we met, I realized she definitely was worth the wait. There was an instant connection, and it wasn't just like a typical business meeting. It was like someone investing in me. It was a heart-to-heart. It was a spirit-to-spirit. The whole conference was that way, honestly, and it was beautiful to see these dynamic female bosses, women entrepreneurs who were killing it, and we were able to be transparent and vulnerable and have that type of heart-to-heart. So when I sat down across from her and I explained this in my blog, I shared with her all the things, all the insecurities, all the things on my plate, the goals, and blah, blah, blah. So what I realized, you guys, in talking to her was that I had already broken so many generational curses. I think sometimes when you're type A and you're driven and you're just focused on the next thing, sometimes you forget that you've already done so many things. Thanks, Hope. You forget that you've already accomplished so many things. And in talking to her and sharing with her the family history that I know of on my mom's side, I can just see like, oh, these things have already been done. Like, that's crazy. So that was encouraging. But the thing that really broke me down, you guys, and it's so wild because she only asked me one simple question, okay? And that is what inspired this whole blog post. She asked me one simple question: what is your why? And she did it to try to calm me down because I was like an emotional wreck, all this fear, all this turmoil, all these insecurities. But she said, what is your why? And when she did, I realized my why is my ancestors. When she said, what is your why? She was asking, what is your purpose for doing all these things? Like, yes, I know you want the increase. Yes, I know you want an audience. Yes, I know you want people to read your books, right? But underneath all of that, like, what is the foundation of what you're doing? What is the real reason? And so when I thought about it, and I thought about the men and women who went before me, many of them were not allowed to read and write just because of laws. I just knew like, wow, I am able to manifest these books, manifest these published works in conjunction with them and for them, because their dreams were not able to be realized. They were oppressed in these ways that I have freedom. And that was one of the things she said too. She said, Nicole, you get to be free. And I was done. I was like, oh my Lord, because I knew it was much more than just a physical freedom. I also knew spiritually free, right? So then the question came to me, what am I going to do with this freedom? I've been given this freedom. I have had people before me war for this freedom. I've had Christ die for me to have this freedom. What am I going to do with it? And so that fire just was reignited. I was so encouraged, and I knew that all of the things that I desire to do, they will come to pass. But first and foremost, I'm going back to my why. And the why is the people who went before me and laid down their lives. But it's also the joy that I get from being in that creative space with my creator and being able to co-create. So I just want to toss that out to you guys. If you're struggling with your purpose, if you're struggling with where you're at in the season of your life, going back to what is your why, what is the thing that gives you joy, what is the thing that gives you peace, and tapping into that and staying in that place, that is the basis. Everything else is going to flow out of that. The foundation is you being with your creator. The foundation is in you manifesting your giftings, you resting in peace, you experiencing joy, and everything else is going to be the fruit. So that's going to be a word I keep telling myself as I continue, strategizing and networking and what I call grinding, as I continue moving forward in purpose. So I just submit that to you guys. If you want to learn more about me and my books, you can go to NicoleDMiller.com. You can follow me on Instagram at HCOHB. This little video will be uploaded on my YouTube channel. Please share, save, and like, and subscribe. You can also follow me on my Facebook business page, facebook.com/HCOHB. And every now and then I will be on Twitter at Nicole D. Miller. Now, there are a few events that are coming up. If you look at my Instagram, if you look at my website, you'll see I'll be in the Meet the Authors April 23rd. And I think it starts around 4. It's either 4 or 6. Don't hold me to it. But check my Instagram, check my website. Hosted by the grand Alicia Ellis, one of my sister's friends, a dear friend. And she's going to be debuting her book as well. So that's exciting. So if you guys are in the Cleveland area at Front Stage Theater, you definitely want to come through. It's going to be a good time. Whenever Alicia does anything, she does it big. So it's definitely about to be lit. That's probably the more immediate thing. I know I have an Author Indie Expo coming up in May. I know there's going to be a podcast interview that I was in that's going to drop this month as well. But all of my immediate things that happen usually are on my Instagram and or website. So stay tuned. Thank you guys again. Please continue supporting, and you can even subscribe to my newsletter. If you go to my website on any blog post, scroll down and you'll be able to subscribe there. And you can go on my link tree. And this is the last thing. I just debuted on a TV interview, my first TV interview. So that's also on my link tree, which is on my Instagram. And of course, no, it's not on my website, but it is on my link tree and all my social media platforms. So check that out. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in to Word of the Day Wednesdays. Have a good night.